Well, good morning, friends, and welcome to my channel. I am Crystal, and this is Homemaking on the Homestead. And today, in Coffee with Crystal, I have a whole bunch of little things to just share with you. Kind of things that have been either on my mind this week, things I've maybe read, or just things I'm doing. So, all right, grab your cup of coffee, and let's have a chat. So I like to call these videos my chatty kitchen table talk, where we can all just get together over a cup of coffee and just share all kinds of things going on in our homes lately. So that's what the idea is. So I ask lots of questions and always am hopeful to get lots of feedback. And you guys usually never let me down, so I always appreciate that. Okay, so let's see. Number one, I always start with asking everybody what they're having for dinner. So my dinner plans are kind of pretty easy going today. So I got some potatoes and eggs over there because I am going to be putting those into my Instant Pot and making potato salad with it later on. It's one way to not heat up things too badly, I guess. In the kitchen. I like using the Instant Pot as often as I can during the summer for sure. And with that potato salad, I am going to be serving some salmon patties. We buy them at Costco. Usually we put them on our barbecue. They only take a little bit of time just to give them some grill marks and some smoky flavor, and we really enjoy them that way. But currently we can't do that. So this has been a difficult summer in my area. We are currently under a fire warning for our county. So they have prevented, or they have said that we cannot have fires and fire rings. In our county, we have a lot of campgrounds and things because it's mostly forest, and no fires in the campgrounds, no barbecues that use charcoal briquettes or pellets like Traegers and that kind of things. And of course, ours is a charcoal barbecue. And the reason is because the fire danger is so high. Things have gotten very, very dry. We didn't have the amount of rain we typically have in June, and so it's just, it's really kind of scary in a way. Let's see, 30 miles to the east, there was a fire last week that was like 500 and some acres, and it was a long way away in terms of how far it would have to travel before it would actually affect us. But nonetheless, it still just brings that reality that, yeah, we all need to be very careful and do our part and make sure that we can get through this summer safely. Back in 2016, on the other side of the Columbia River, which is Oregon, there was a horrible forest fire that burned thousands and thousands of acres, and that was very scary for us as well. So we just, it's something that when you live in this part of the country and you live in a forest area, you just always have to be aware of. So all that to say is no barbecue. So tonight I am putting them in the oven. So that will definitely warm up the house. However, today is a pretty nice day. It's only supposed to get into the mid-70s. It's overcast, so it feels really cool out compared to the 80s and 90s we've been having and are going to be having again. So I thought, you know what? I'm just going to take advantage of that and cook up some salmon patties, maybe enough for tonight and tomorrow night. I don't know. I'll have to think about that one. And then the other thing that I wanted to do, because it's been on my mind, but again, been too hot, since I have the oven going anyway, I pulled out some overripe bananas that I had put in the freezer, and I'm going to make a loaf of banana bread. So that's kind of my kitchen plans today. So what are you guys having for dinner? Please share in the comments below, because I think it's great to be able to come here for inspiration and see what you all are making for these summer days. And of course, with all the summer heat and talking about food and food prep, and I was thinking about the crock pot, because I think the crock pot is a great way to cook during the summertime. If you are able to move your crock pot outside someplace, and I am able to do that. So I've even put my big roaster oven outside and been able to put like 9x13 pans of cornbread or casseroles or something like that in there to cook and not heat up the kitchen. And so that's something that has been on my mind. So I was thinking, what I really need to do Another project. What I really need to do is to make some crock pot freezer meals, and they're called dump recipes. They're, you just basically dump everything into all your ingredients into your Ziploc bags and freeze them. And then when you want to use them, you can just stick them, defrost them in the fridge overnight. And in the morning, you just dump the whole bag into the crock pot, put it on low, and let it cook all day. So I have 4 recipes in mind. So it is going to be in my plans to start working on that and hopefully have a video to share with you. So those are some of the ways that I try to reduce the amount of heat in the kitchen and still have enjoyable dinners. And of course, there's things like sandwiches and salads and whatnot, but every now and then you want a meal that is beyond soup and sandwiches or salad and sandwiches. But what are some of your favorite summertime meals, and what are some of the things that you do, any kind of tricks that you might do to help reduce the amount of heat generated in your kitchen during the summer? Okay, so I was looking through this book, Living More with Less. I've already done a review on it, and it's a fun little book to just go through, and there's little snippets of all kinds of different things on saving money. And I was reading, there's a section all on sewing, and different things you can do, make a comforter out of discarded jeans and repurpose clothes. They even show you how to make a really basic, simple kind of shirt without a pattern and stuff like that. So it got me thinking, because I was given this dress, and it's a really large, long dress. In fact, I had to lay it out on my bed so that you could see, and it's a lot of fabric. I will say that the biggest thing about the dress is it's not really my style. It is, it's got the spaghetti sleeves. The top part is kind of that stretchy, elastic type fabric, but I really enjoy the print. And so it got me thinking, what could I possibly do with this? I probably won't do anything until fall when I get my sewing machine. I don't know, I always get in the mood to sew come fall time for whatever reason. But I would really like to repurpose this into something that I would wear and take advantage of all that fabric, because I got it for free. So, what a bargain is that? My 2 thoughts were to just basically, cut the top part off and then just put elastic and make it into a skirt. However, it's really wide at the bottom, as you could probably see in that picture that I just showed you. And that's a little bit too wide and flowy for my desire. And I was thinking, well, of course, then that could be trimmed on the sides. I was also thinking, is there any way that I could make this into like a jumper dress, and be able to wear a t-shirt underneath it and just, anyway. But I haven't done a lot of sewing of clothing for years, at least not for myself. I used to do a lot, but I haven't done it for years, and so I'm a little apprehensive as to, obviously the skirt would be the easiest, but I think it would make a really cute jumper too. If any of you ladies are sewers and have any ideas or thoughts for me, I would love to hear it. I would love to see, maybe you can send me a website or, links to something or anything that you think might be helpful for me to figure out how to do it, what to do, and I'll just see. I'm going to keep searching around myself so that, and just see what kind of ideas get sparked. But I thought I'd ask for, advice. If there's any sewers out there that would be like, oh yeah, this is what I would do. I would love to hear that. So anyway, if you sew, let me know. Or if you just have any ideas, let me know. I watched a video a couple of days ago from Prepper Princess. I don't know if you are familiar with her YouTube channel, and I can leave the link below, but she does a lot on how to save money and of course how to prep and all that, but she's got a lot of great money saving tips. And I was really, very interested in this video that popped up. It said, something about your laundry and you've been doing it all wrong. And of course, my video on why I don't make homemade laundry soap anymore, of course, has gotten like tons of views. I've made follow-ups on it. And I just figured, well, you know, I mean, I've heard a lot. Everybody knows that you can use a whole lot less soap in your washing machine than what they recommend. But I was really impressed with some of the tips that I got from her. So I will put that video link below, but I really wanted to share this because there are two things out of her video, she talked about cleaning products too, that I thought were just kind of like, wow, okay, that's like another level up from just reduce your laundry soap. The one thing that she does is she takes her laundry soap, you know, liquid, and she dilutes it with water. And she will then use it and then dilute it some more and dilute it some more. And she says that she had a little tiny jug that had lasted her like over a year that she was showing on the camera. And I'm thinking, well, why didn't I ever think about that? I do that with my shampoo, and I never have any problems with that. And even when she dilutes it, she still only uses a little bit. She did say that if you are doing like heavy duty, dirty, you know, like my husband works outside, he gets sweaty t-shirts, dirty clothes when he's doing yard work, and those types of things might require a little bit more or require some pre-treating. Other than that, she said it's been working just fine for her. So I really like that idea. Now, the next thing that she said that she dilutes is her dish detergent. And again, I'm very frugal with how much I use. A while back, I bought one of these little pumpers to put on a canning jar. I put a tiny, tiny little bit when I wash dishes, and that will go a long way. However, under my thoughts this morning of Prepper Princess, I filled this halfway full, and I filled it the rest of the way with water. Again, watering it down and seeing if my results are the same. And if they are, all right, because Dawn dish soap can be kind of on the spendy side. It is my favorite. That's why I've always tried to be real conservative in what I use. However, this will even take that one step further. Then she talked about her number one. She had two cleaners, but her number one all-purpose cleaner, she uses it for everything, she said, is, again, Dawn dish soap. So I took her tip, and my spray bottle was smaller than the one that she showed. So I might have even put a little bit more than I needed soap-wise in here, which as I use it, I could just put some more water back in. She puts a tiny little bit of Dawn dish soap in the bottom, fills it all the way up with water. She says that will clean everything. It will clean your countertops, your bathroom, your, you know, everything. She even uses it on her floor. My only concern on the floor is if I do have it a little bit too much soap in it, then you're going to be sticky and you're going to have to rinse it. So, but I'm willing to give it a try. Like I could pour some of this into a bucket and use that to wash my floor, and then put water in that and then use that to wash my floor and see what I come up with. I think sometimes we have to just try things and see what kind of results we get from it. If it doesn't work, there's been really no harm done. But if it does work, wow, think of the money that could be saved on that kind of stuff. So yeah, that was a really neat video to watch and very inspirational. But I thought this would be great if it did work, because I always have Dawn and I always have water. So I might be able to really stretch my what I have left. I have some that I bought on my pantry that I had already bought, but I'll be interested to see how long can I make this last. I might even write, you know, like the date, like today's date, because I've used some out of here, and just see how long it takes me to get through the rest of this, utilizing this principle of watering it down until, you know, maybe you don't like the results, and then I'll be like, okay, I need to go back up a notch. All right, ladies, let's see. I'm looking on my list, and I think I chatted with you guys about everything that I had in mind this morning. I hope you guys have enjoyed having your morning cup of coffee with me. I know I enjoy having it with you. And I hope you all have an amazing and blessed weekend. And I will see you all in my next video. Bye-bye.